Hello, and welcome to the Daily Try, the daily podcast that supports you on your fertility journey. My name's Lara, and this is episode 11. Today I'm going to talk to you about navigating social media when you're trying to get pregnant. So, social media can feel like you think it can be really helpful, but it can also be really hard and really drive you nutso, especially if you're spend a lot of time scrolling. When you're scrolling through, you can sometimes see pregnancy announcements. You get the photos of the ultrasound. You get we weren't even trying and it just happened stories, or those gender reveal videos where they're telling you whether it's a boy or a girl. And sometimes you can feel genuinely happy for those people. It depends if they're friends or just people you follow online. But sometimes it can feel like a real punch to the chest. It can feel like it's really unfair. Why has it happened to that person so easily, or perceived for you to be so easily, and where you feel like you're really struggling and it's taking you a really long time? And especially on the days where you've had disappointing news, maybe you've got another negative test result, or maybe you found out that you've got to go for more tests, or maybe you thought you were ovulating but you weren't. All these things that you're kind of looking forward to, it's really hard, especially if the person that's just announced, it feels like they've been trying for 3 seconds and you've been trying for about 3 years. Even if it's not 3 years, it feels like that. And it can be really hard. And I think you need to take care of your own mental health at this time, because you might find yourself thinking, oh, I'm just going to unfollow or mute that person. And that's okay. Because doom scrolling, fertility forums, looking for people like you or people that are going through similar stuff. I guess the thing is that when it comes to online and socials, mostly it's not real life. Most people are not completely honest, and most people try and make it sound more glamorous than it actually is. So when you are doom scrolling at midnight or 3 in the morning, reading horror stories that you think, oh, that just makes me feel worse, or falling down that rabbit hole of signs you're pregnant. I've done that. I remember going around a supermarket feeling really, really ill when I was doing IVF, thinking, this must be right. I must be pregnant. I feel so sick. This is great. But it actually wasn't. It was just the meds. It wasn't actually a sign of being pregnant. So it was really disappointing. But you just get your hopes up on every little thing. It's really hard. And I found a lot of the fertility groups that I was part of when I was trying, they just weren't very helpful. There was a lot of people that were basically being really mean to other people because they didn't have the result they wanted. So they thought it was okay to be mean to other people because they had got the result they wanted. So they'd comment on people that were pregnant, like, or people that put up a test and saying, no, I don't think that is pregnant. And it was like really obvious it wasn't. And it's just so hard because you don't know what each person is going through. And so they can often, when it's online, people just feel they can do whatever they like and there's no backlash. So you need to kind of avoid that as much as you can. So to do that, you need to curate your online world to protect your mental health. So when you're thinking about being on socials, be in those groups that are supportive. Leave those groups that aren't. Mute people that you follow or unfollow people that just aren't really serving you. And if it's friends, you can just mute those friends. You don't need to know exactly what's happening. And putting your phone down during the 2 week wait is not really avoiding it. It's called self-preservation, because it's hard when you've got all these things coming through all the time, and all you want is the result that you see other people getting. And it just makes you feel like you're left behind and you're further and further away from actually getting what you want. So I really encourage you to follow accounts that make you feel less alone. Communities of people who are more honest about the hard parts of trying to conceive, who speak about the complexity, the grief, and can be funny or can be silly about the hard bits. Like there's loads of memes around saying about how hard it is to get pregnant or that kind of stuff, something that you might really relate to, and it gives you that kind of, yeah, it's not just me. Other people feel like that as well. And there is a group of people that get what I'm going through and they want to support me and they want to help me, and that's why they're posting these things. I try and do that a lot on our social medias, but it's hard because you never know who's going to see it. So you need to choose the people you want to follow that really help you in wherever you are. So it might be that you need to see silly, funny stuff, in which case follow those people doing silly, funny stuff. It might be that you don't want to see anyone talking about their fertility journey. So don't follow those people. You need to work out what's going to help you get through whatever stage you're at the moment, and then curate your feed based on that. And it's hard. I get it. It's really hard because you kind of, in some ways, you want to know what everyone else is doing, what friends are doing, what family members are doing. And social media is an easy way to catch up with that. And then you can get sucked into this kind of vortex and it kind of ends up spiraling down. And then you kind of actually feel worse. And that's really not a good place to be in. So my one thing today would be to look at wherever you are on socials and go through the people you follow and maybe unfollow or mute some people that are not actually helping you where you are today. You can always come back and follow them later. And find those groups where there's people that are like you and want to be honest and help you or give you the information that you need without making nasty comments. Or maybe it's a place where there is no commenting and it's just someone posting videos and you don't have to read the comments. Or maybe it's having a trusted friend or a fertility advisor that you can talk to and you can ask them the questions and get the right answers from a doctor or a nurse rather than relying on the internet's my cousin's sister's brother's wife. This happened